Stop recording video. Button.
What's up, you guys? I'm back with the Blazy Braille embosser here, right in front of me. There it is. You can hear me tap the side of it. So, I remember before we already talked about the tour. We did the tour video. So now we're just gonna reach back there for that power switch, and we're gonna turn it right back on again. We're gonna do new menus today. So let's reach back. We already know what to go past, so we're just gonna go find it. There it is. Now we're gonna flip it on now. 1, 2, 3.
Braille Blazer ready.
There you go. Braille Blazer ready. So let's make sure our embosser's online.
Online.
It's online now. So now we're gonna go into a menu. Now what if you wanted to print a user guide for this thing? So let's push all the buttons at once.
Configuration, speech config.
Okay. Push button 2. That's your next button.
Printer config.
And button 1 is your previous.
Speech config.
Button 2 again.
Printer config.
Until you hear service menu.
Sideway printer config. Serial config. Service menu.
Okay, now you want to push button 3, which that's your select key.
Print manual.
Print manual, right there. I'm not going to enter on it because I don't have any paper. So I'm just going to push my next key.
Print test. Latent alignment test. Dot 1 test.
And it's pretty cool, but you can only test one dot at a time. So let's give it a test. There you go. It's testing dot 1.
Dot last test.
Okay, let's test dot last.
2139.
Perfect. It's working good.
Backlash adjustment.
Let's not adjust any of that.
Semi-emboss adjustment.
Not that.
Light emboss adjustment. Paper out sensor test. Top on form sensor test. Flattened sensor test. Exercise carriage.
Okay, let's push our select key and it's going to exercise our carriage. Let's push all buttons at once and hold them down to stop it.
Serial number 3222.
Crap, I just gave my serial number away.
Characters printed 200.
I don't care though.
780. October 25, 1996 revision.
I don't care though. If my serial number gets taken away, I don't care. So push the next key.
Exit.
Now you're back to your original Braille Blazer startup. So let's push all these again.
Configuration, speech config.
Speech configuration. That has different things, pretty much just like an old Braille and speak. But this is this is like a step up. I mean, a big, huge step up compared to a Braille and speak. So push the second key again. There our next key.
Printer config.
There's the printer configuration. Let's not go into there. Let's push the second key.
Sideway printer config.
There's the sideways print.
Serial config.
Serial.
Service menu.
Back to service menu. So let's hear the options in there.
Print manual.
Print manual.
Print test.
Print test.
Latent alignment test.
Alignment test.
Dot 1 test.
Dot 1 test.
Dot last test.
Dot last test. Oop.
Backlash adjustment.
Backlash adjustment. That must slow it down.
Semi-emboss adjustment.
Heavy emboss adjustment.
Light emboss adjustment.
Light emboss adjustment.
Paper out sensor test.
Paper out sensor. Let's test all the sensors. Okay, it's working fine. Stop it.
Top on form sensor test.
Okay, let's test the top of form sensor. That's working.
Flattened sensor test.
Okay, and let's give me a little higher.
Exercise carriage.
Okay, we already did that, so we're not going to do that again.
Serial number B3. Characters printed. October. Exit.
Okay, now I'm sure you guys pretty much all know the speech, but we'll go through it. I don't care.
Configuration. Speech config. Port. Serial.
You got your ports.
Off. Parallel. Serial. Off.
Keep it off right now.
Numbers. Full numbers.
Full numbers.
Digits.
Digits.
Full numbers.
I'll keep it on full numbers.
Punctuation. Some.
Punctuation, you have some.
Most.
Most.
Total.
Total.
Some.
I'll just keep it on some.
Voice inflection. Off.
Voice inflection off. Keep that there.
Speed faster.
Speak faster. If you push that, push the select button.
Faster.
pitch higher.
Higher, higher, higher. Pitch lower, 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 lower.
Pretty much as far as it'll go. Hit it again.
Volume louder,
I like doing this one.
louder, 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 louder.
Let's turn that down again.
Volume softer, 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 softer. Voice higher. Voice higher. Voice higher. Voice lower. Voice lower. Voice lower. Printer config.
Okay, that's it there, so let's exit. You know what? Just for the fun of it, I will go into the printer configuration. So let's push it.
Port parallel active.
Port parallel. That's the port back here. The first port after your headphone jack. Right there. If you go over way far, that's where your power switch is. So, let's keep going.
Paper feed pull in active.
Paper feed pull in. You have the option to pull in or
Push out.
push out. I'm going to keep that on pull in.
Pull in.
There we go.
Left margin 0 active.
Left margin 0.
Right margin. Top margin active. Bottom margin 0 active. Lines per page 25 active.
Lines per page 25, okay.
Page length 11 active.
Page length 11.
Word wrap on active.
Word wrap is on.
Paperweight semi active.
Paperweight heavy. You have
Plastic.
plastic,
Light.
light,
Semi.
heavy. I'll keep it on heavy.
Character set USSD active.
Okay, here's the different languages you have for the embosser to print in.
Spanish. Japanese. French. French Canadian. German. Brazilian or Danish. Slovak. USSD.
There you go. Let's go next again.
Paper out detector on active.
Keep that on.
Auto line feed off active. Print control.
Oh.
Auto line feed off
I
active.
better turn that on.
On.
There.
Print control characters off active. Braille 6 dot active.
You have 6 dot and
8 dot.
8 dot.
6 dot. Label mode off active. Sideway printer config. Serial config.
The sideway printer.
Sideway printer config.
I'll show you guys what's in there.
Sideway print off active.
Okay, sideway printing is off, so let's keep going.
Suppress multiple spaces off active.
That's off.
Skip length line off active.
Lost.
On.
There.
Off.
See?
Serial config.
That's pretty much it in there. Now let's check in the serial configuration.
Serial baud rate 9600 active.
9600. That's pretty much normal for the Braille Blazer.
Bits per character 8 active.
8.
Stop bits 1 active.
1.
Parity none active.
Okay, there's none. I'll show you guys the options.
Up. Even. None. Up.
If you guys didn't get that right there, it just said odd,
Even.
even,
None.
none. Okay, so let's hit it again.
Handshake software active.
Software,
None.
none.
Hardware.
Hardware,
Software,
software,
none.
none. Okay, go again.
Service menu.
Service menu. There's the menu I just told you about. So let's go in there and show you the options there.
Print manual.
Print manual,
Print test.
print test,
Patent alignment test.
alignment test,
Dot 1 test.
dot one test,
Dot last test.
dot last test,
Backlash adjustment.
backlash adjustment,
Heavy emboss adjustment.
heavy emboss,
Light emboss adjustment.
light emboss,
Paper out sensor test.
paper out,
Top of form sensor test.
top of form,
Patent sensor test.
and the last sensor, the alignment sensor.
Exercise carriage.
Exercise carriage,
Serial number.
serial
increase.
number,
Characters printed.
Characters printed.
233,000. October 25, 1996 image.
that's the day it was made. Let's hit it again.
Exit.
Now we're back to our original menu. So, here's your paper feeds. You can go up, down, okay, and then I already told you about the buttons back in the previous video. Just remember, online and offline, which is also known as OL,
Online. Offline. Online.
paper, and paper roll. So, that's pretty much going to be it for this video. So, I won't talk for just a minute and see if you guys can hear a little humming from the embosser. I'm just being very quiet because I wanted to give you guys a little hear of it. And if you open it, you got your rollers, paper feed right there, your roller, carriage. Shut this up. Okay, Now it shoots back on the back again. Now, let's shut off the embosser. You'll notice the way it shuts down. It sounds pretty cool. Okay? Let's shut down the embosser. You'll notice that it just made like a, almost like how a vacuum shuts down. Well, feel free to give me a comment or subscribe to my channel, because I'm sure a lot of people like you guys like these embossers. So feel free to comment and subscribe. Thank you. Have a nice day.